Hi, it's Jeff Chalmers here from discoverdouble-bass.com in the absolutely stunning University of Michigan's music department in Ann Arbor. We're having a great time here at the convention, and we've been putting a series of questions to many of the artists. So this question is, can you tell us about someone who's inspired you at the 2023 ISB Convention?
Well, just yesterday I saw the presentation by Robert Hurst, and he blew my mind completely about the way he just, I know he's playing, but it's just, he's such a, I mean, everything is so real, you know, and just swinging so hard and finding this really interesting stuff on the bass, like playing the melody and the roots of and the other, you know, the harmony and the melody together, but in a really inspiring way. And also he played some bowed solos that are great, and he showed like how he works about slurring a lot, and very, very inspiring.
Oh, I wish I have been able to get and see more performances, because I know that there's inspiration everywhere, and I'm trapped in booth jail over there in a good way.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of the inspiring moments have escaped me, sadly. But I will say Nina DeCaesar's recital last night, super inspiring, and I know her. She's a friend. We know each other for years, and she didn't seem nervous. I would have been nervous, but till I get up there and connect with people with knowing that they're all bass players, it's this added pressure. I remember Gary Carr talking years ago about how playing at the ISB was the most nerve-wracking thing he did. Sorry, Gary, if I'm getting this wrong. I think I'm getting this right, though, because he's surrounded by all these people who play the bass. And you'd never know it with Gary. You didn't know it with Nina, but Nina was a highlight.
Yeah, well, I think the opening night, the Renan Meyer concert with Time for Three really moved me. I have such a good time with the type of music that he plays, and the stage was just so alive. And I was smiling the whole time. My friend told me, they were like, oh my God, like you're grinning. Like I was like leaning forward in my seat, like so excited. But I absolutely loved what he had to do, and I loved his class the next morning and stuff, and how he explained like how he got to overcome a lot of his performance anxiety, and that was something that kind of resonated with me. So I think that the most impactful thing was definitely Time for Three so far.
Yeah, last night I saw Nina DeCesare play, and
Nina's a blazing talent. She's a star.
yes, and I had never heard of her, and she just completely blew me away. She played my favorite cello suite from beginning to end, the fifth one, just flawlessly, just beautifully, and I actually didn't stay for the second set because I could not bear to hear anything after hearing her. I wanted that to be the last thing I heard.
Oh, wow.
It was that good.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was. And then today, Paul Ellison's masterclass was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not any one person. I haven't, so I'm involved with the Young Bassist Project, and I haven't had, because of that, I haven't had much chance to go out and catch anybody's shows, really. Yeah. And quite frankly, it's the young bassists that are inspiring me. I mean, I know it sounds kind of cheesy and cliche, but it's like, man, the future of this instrument is in really good hands.
Sure, and I apologize if I mispronounce her first name, but Mary Chen, or it might be Mary Chen.
Yes.
Yes.
Marie Chen?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
She played with Bass Nova, I believe, previously.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the same artist, I'm thinking.
Okay, yes. She just played a recital today that I thought was lovely. I mean, beautiful, warm playing, lovely sound, incredible virtuosity, and she's someone that studied with my teacher, but we didn't overlap. So I've known of her for a long time, but I've never met her, never heard her play. So I love that recital, and it was with I think her husband on various instruments, mandolin, guitar, and viola, playing mostly original music, which is, that's what I love. I mean, I love the classics and the standards, but I'm always really excited if I hear new music being written that I really love, because that's like a new experience.
Tell you who inspired me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was on the judging panel for the 15 to 18-year-old classical soloists. They also did that for the jazz. The level is so high compared to when I was in high school 40 plus years ago. I mean, so they all inspired me. Obviously they have way more resources than I had when I was but the level of the playing of these high school students was maybe as good as the best soloists in the world when I was in high school. Like we had, maybe when I was in high school, a friend of a friend had a Gary Carr album, and I got to listen to it once and say, oh, wow, ooh, that's, that was kind of cool. I wonder how you play like that. These kids play like that. They're going to, it's just unbelievable.
I mean, I just went to attend a presentation of a dear friend and mentor, Mark Dresser. And, growing up around avant-garde music and my father, he was someone who explored the different sonic possibilities of the bass. But in Mark's hour-long presentation, I feel like I have a lot of work to go and do.
Wow.
If I only could pick one, Tracy Rowell's recital yesterday was phenomenal.
Yeah.
She has such a stage presence and command of the audience.
Yes.
In her own way, and it's so authentic to herself, which I love as a performer. Sometimes you see folks who have two selves, and they're both fantastic. There's the self that you speak to, and then there's the stage self. And Tracy was genuine to who she is in her recital.
I've been asking people who's inspired you at the ISB. Just pick one person that's inspired. I can't ask you to do that, but what I'd like to do is just use this opportunity while we have you to thank the people behind the scenes at the ISB, yourself, Galen McCormack, Madeline Crouch, Lisa, all of the people at the front desk, the back desk, all of the people, Gary Carr, of course, Barry Green, everybody involved in the organisation. I'm sure there's numerous others that I've not immediately thought of.
Wesley Thompson, the people at the School of Music, Theatre and Dance. I mean, Sarah Hamel, Paul Feeney, Eli, they've been doing double backflips.
John Shimmick.
Oh, but I mean the people from the University of Michigan, and also the board members, and Tracy Rowell and
Mimi Jones.
I mean, these people, what people don't know is that they're not paid. None of these people, they're not paid to do that, right? And the other thing is that somebody walks up, somebody well-known and famous walks up and hands a $5,000 check to the ISB to say, I want to help make this happen, but please don't tell anybody that I did this. None of the bass players are paid. Nobody's paid to do this. We don't get salary for that. We do it for this reward, and the people who did it before us did that for the same way, and the next generation will do that too. So I appreciate that thoughtfulness.
So I hope that you enjoyed the video, that you got a lot from it. This is a series of questions. Go and check out the other ones. And of course, please go and visit discoverdoublebass.com. We have lessons, courses, interviews, masterclasses, all designed just for double bassists to help you on your journey. Okay, practice hard and we'll see you next time.